Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, J Money here, and I'm bringing you some StarCraft 2 Heart of the Storm action. This is going to be a Terran vs. Terran matchup, and it's from one of you guys, one of my subscribers. He's actually quite a regular on my channel, Mr. SpannerFrey. But before we get to the introduction, quick little shout out. Just so you guys do know, I do believe probably starting tonight, I will be streaming every single day starting at 11 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. What am I going to be streaming? I'm going to be doing a lot of League of Legends, StarCraft 2 Heart of the Swarm, some Chivalry. My live streams aren't going to be locked down to any one game. I will be mainly playing StarCraft 2 and League, but every now and again you'll see me throw something else in it. If you haven't taken a look at my stream, it's a smaller stream. We normally have anywhere from 10 to 15 people in it right now, since it is new. But again, it's a very active stream, a lot of very nice people, and a lot of really just overall nice people in there. It's very interactive, so I do hope you will all check it out. It's on twitch.tv/jmoneygaming with 2 G's. The link is going to be right here on the left side, as you see. Other than that, that's about it. We had a great time tonight. I did a bunch of Nexus War games, just changing it up from my normal StarCraft 2 gameplay. With that being said, let's get to the action. In the right-hand corner of the map, we do have our blue Terran player. His name is Marine King, aka the SpannerFrey. And in the left-hand corner of the map, we do have our orange Terran player. His name is GinoMoustach. GinoMoustach. We're going to call him Gino. Why? Because he might be in the mob and I don't want him to hurt me by butchering his name. Easy as that. Nice and easy. So the last series I did was pretty much finished. The White Raw MC games. What an amazing series of games. The last game was the one that really took the cake. It was a longer game than the first two. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but the best of 3 series just really ended up being a very entertaining series. I still have 3 more White Rat games, which I do plan on casting very soon. So keep an eye out on the channel, and you'll probably be seeing them very soon. And I think I did it again, guys. I butchered the game by doing my gaming keyboard instead of my casting keyboard. So what are we going to do now? I am slowly moving the other keyboard away, as you just heard it fall to the ground. I am grabbing my other keyboard, and we will be taking a look at what's going on. It does look like we have 2 barracks and a factory coming up for Mr. SpannerFrey. As I plug everything in, I actually got like 2 or 3 private messages saying, do you really use 2 keyboards? I do. Because as you hear right now, no noise. And no noise is the best noise. And what do we have from our orange Terran player? It looks like 2 gases, 1 barracks, and a factory. So it looks like SpannerFrey is going to have a little bit of a larger army early on. 15 workers, 3 on gas. Let's see how our orange Terran player. Our orange player is actually pretty far behind on the worker count. He's actually going for a much heavier gas build. So his tech is going to be a little bit more advanced if he actually goes for it. But what? Upgrade, structure armor. Okay. I'm really not sure why he's going that type of a build. I should mention this isn't a master level game. I believe SpannerFrey, if I remember correctly, is gold. So he's probably taking on gold, silver, or platinum players right now. I don't know why you're going for Terran building armor at 6 minutes in. There's much more important upgrades you should be going for at this point in time. We do have combat shields coming, so at least he's getting that upgrade. So we are somewhat on the right track. He does have an armory coming down, so I do expect us to see a relatively decent mech game coming from Gino. However, SpannerFrey, aka Marine King, did get the scan out, so he should see exactly what's going on. Let me just click on one of his units real quick. Let's hit V, and yeah, he sees it. We do have missile turrets on the way, but again, I'm not sure what this random missile turret over here is going to do. I mean, it is going to protect 2 bases from some drops in air, but we don't have any air units coming from SpannerFrey at this point in time. I mean, a missile turret over here, I guess, would have been okay, protecting against banshees and stuff like that. But no, it does look like I see the strategery here. He's literally going to be building on every little cap of land, so no air can come anywhere near him. However, it does look like Marine King is moving out with his forces, 2 Widow Mines, a couple of Marauders, and Marines, all getting ready to come into the action. We do have... Does it survive? No. However, that 1 Widow Mine did get a bunch of kills. SpannerFrey is rushing up the ramp, and all of his units pretty much just exploded. As you see the burnt carcasses of the poor Terran army. Carcasses. Wow. And then you see SpannerFrey, good job, sir, taking out my entire army. Smiley face. But as we see, SpannerFrey does got the expansion, so his economy is going to be going into high gear. If we do take a look at the units tab right now, Marine King, SpannerFrey has 1 tank, 1 Marine, 1 Marauder, compared to 2 tanks, 1 Marauder, 6 Marines. So, as we see, at this point in time, they're pretty much at a bit of a standstill. But as this game goes on, it's only going to go farther and farther in SpannerFrey's direction if Gino does not expand relatively soon. And as we saw, SpannerFrey did just say, looks like you played the game before. You have an army. And then Gino's like, yeah, man, I play all the time. No worries. And what are we doing? Oh, I thought I was being sarcastic about building turrets across the entire part of the base, but apparently I'm just the best caster in the world because I saw that coming. I wasn't being sarcastic. Psh, I knew that was coming. Oh my god. So, okay, we do have the scan out. He sees that there is a Widow Mine there. I'm assuming he's going to move a tank into position and take it out. That would be the smart thing to do. And as we see, SpannerFrey getting a nice little defensive position of his own. The only difference is SpannerFrey's on 2 base. Gino's on 1. Both players are backing quite a lot of minerals. I do hope that both players do start to throw down more production facilities to just get things going along a little bit quicker. As we see, SpannerFrey does have a starport, so we will start seeing some air units coming from him. Hopefully he does not attempt to drop, because actually if he drops, flies in right over here, it's wide open. Or it can always come from the top. But a lot of the airplay will be, what's the word I'm looking for? Hindered a bit by all those random turrets put up. So you never know, it might work out. We do have SpannerFrey putting down an expansion right down here where this would be his 3rd, 4th, 5th base. He's taking this down, so I'm assuming he's going to go for this expansion as well. So as of right now, SpannerFrey does believe he is Zerg, just playing with Terran units, expanding like crazy. And if our orange Terran player, Gino, does not do something relatively soon, if our orange player, Gino, does not do something relatively soon, aka take out this 1 Widow Mine, just butchering Gino's units, and stop all these expansions from coming up, he is going to be in a whole lot of trouble. Because right now, SpannerFrey's economy is just going to explode. Even though, as you see, he already has 2,000 banked minerals and 1,000 for Gino. He is going to... No. No. I guess Gino does not realize that there is a Widow Mine blocking his building. He attempted to build it down twice. Well, I thought I heard a scan, but apparently it was not there. Please scan. I am begging you, do not let it kill another unit. I mean, I love SpannerFrey, but I don't even think SpannerFrey wants to do this anymore. Oh god. Free tank kill. Okay, we're just going to keep that selected for now just to see how long everything goes. Do we have yet another? We have another command center coming down. We have 4 command centers for SpannerFrey right now to the one of our orange Terran player, Gino. And I don't know what Gino is even building right now because he's only building 1 Marine at a time. He's building 2 missile turrets at a time. And he has armor plating on the bunkers. And yeah, I don't know, guys. I really don't know what the strategy of Gino is. However, he does decide to throw down the command center finally. And did he finally take out the, yes, he finally did kill the Widow Mine. He finally has his Natro being saturated. But oh look, Marine King's coming down, aka SpannerFrey, with another expansion. So we're going to have like 20 expansions for Mr. SpannerFrey to the one of Gino. I am extremely curious what type of build he's going to be going. But I just noted SpannerFrey's not actually saturating these bases. He's just building planetary fortresses. So if anyone tries to come over there, they will die instantly. And oh look, SpannerFrey has a lot of minerals. What should he do right now? He should expand, and not just any expansion, the gold expansion. So as we see, SpannerFrey's expanding like a madman. We have Gino who's afraid to expand because he might hurt himself. He's throwing turrets all over his base. And I don't even know what's going on anymore. I really, really don't. We do have a small contingency force in the middle of the map right now. However, there is a sensor tower that is just missing this entire force right here. However, if we do take a look at the units tab, Gino does have quite a few Marines. He has 5 tanks, a couple Marauders, but hold on. Okay, I was nervous. I thought I missed the Widow Mine. But overall, army-wise, they're relatively close. But if you take a look at the actual SCV count, 54 to 26. Marine King, aka SpannerFrey, his economy is just 1,000 times stronger. Finally, Gino is spending down his resources, but now he just doesn't have an economy to back it up. And you know what? We don't need another orbital command. Orbital commands are for wimps. He wants planetary fortress in his natural. Enough said. We do actually have a couple of Viking coming up. Apparently he is really, really, really afraid of Marine King's heir that isn't really in existence, but besides a couple medevacs. So, ladies and gentlemen, this game is officially a confusing one for me. I'm going to guess this is probably SpannerFrey's opponent is silver. But other than that, we do see SpannerFrey pretty much just splitting up all of his SCVs, mining at all of the bases. And we have 2 more starports coming down now. So it does look like we might see a transition into either some air, but not 100% sure. We shall see the way this game is going. I don't know anything anymore. And what is better than throwing a command center in the middle of the map? That's what I'm curious. You know what? SpannerFrey's like, I want to be like Gino. I'm going to start throwing down random. I'm going to start throwing around random turrets. And, oh, I'll throw a sensor tower so I could be right next to his sensor tower. And actually, he already has a sensor tower down in his 15th millionth base. And a couple more missile turrets being thrown down here as well. So it does look like both players are going the missile turret heavy build, because, you know, that's just the way to do things. And other than that, things are right now kind of calm and collected on this game. Since the early game, we haven't seen a lot of action. There hasn't been much going on. And we actually have 2 armories coming down. So maybe going into a much heavier mech build. No! Oh my, I didn't see the fusion core go down. We have battle cruisers. This whole game is officially worth it because we have battle cruisers. Battle cruisers, probably the second most epic unit in the game. What's number 1? Carriers, of course. Carriers have arrived. And for those of you who don't know, carriers almost got extinguished during beta. Ugh, that would have been so horrible for me. I would have been crying myself to sleep because in my air toss build on the ladders, I tend to go very carrier heavy and then I lose. But still, it is fine. It is fine. Why? Because battle cruisers are in the game. And now that I see the build, I guess this was a very decent thing for him to do because he's going to be somewhat protected. Excuse me, guys, but I just don't understand his thinking on the placement. I mean, yeah, okay, this could protect against a drop, but then you just have like a random one in the middle. I really don't even know what's going on anymore. But we have battle cruisers. We have 2 on the map thus far, I believe. Yes, 2. So, I don't even know if Geo would be able to hold off right now. I think if SpannerFrey just did a huge push, he would pretty much dominate. But again, Gino is going with the very heavy, extremely heavy turret build. For those of you who don't know, the turret build is one of the best builds in the game. Turrets counter actually everything. Marines, Marauders, tanks, you name it, they counter it. Not really, but still. Turrets all around. However, we do have a drop that looks like it's going to be coming from Mr. SpannerFrey. And you see Gino saying, give me 2 seconds, man. SpannerFrey's like, nah, man. I'm not giving you any time. I think SpannerFrey could have given this guy another 2 hours and he might have just been getting maxed out. But as we see, SpannerFrey slowly moving out. Slowly. Ooh. Wait, there we go. And, oh, here he goes. He did the thrusters, and he didn't lose a single medevac. I say that, and then he loses a medevac. And then you see Gino, bleeping phone. He should have tried to pause the game. SpannerFrey is pretty much destroying all of the turrets. And as we see, the 2 Vikings are pretty much dealing as much damage as they possibly can to all the medevacs. And will he be able to clean this up? I am not sure. We do have a little bit of micro coming in, trying to pull the enemy forces into the tank fire, which kind of worked. Actually, it did work. He cleaned it up. But Gino has like no forces at this point in time. If we do take a look at the middle of the map, we have 1 planetary fortress just sitting there. And then you see Gino saying, dude, not fair, SpannerFrey with the winky face. What's up, brah? We didn't. I have no idea. That must be his own secret language, but let's go for it. And a smiley face. He was like, I was talking on the phone, man. He was talking to his wifey, probably. SpannerFrey, how cool! Phones are fun. Smiley face. Yes, I know he didn't say phones are fun. I just incorporated it. Oh, 3 battle cruisers at a time. However, SpannerFrey has Oprah money right now. Oh man, I haven't seen this high of resources in a while in a replay. This is hysterical. I mean, he's got that Bill Gates money right now. I mean, Gino has a lot of resources too, but nowhere near this amount that Marine King does. Excuse me, guys. Wow. And as we see, the battle cruisers have finally just decided to push out. These missile turrets just got destroyed instantaneously. We do have Ravens out on the map, and they just auto cannon the heck out of them. We do have some defense drones out there, but I think they're pretty much just getting annihilated. And as you see, not even turrets have a chance. A auto cannon both the tanks, and the tanks just went down instantly. And we do take a look. We do have two bunkers filled with Marines with the special armor around them, surrounded by missile turrets. I see what was going on here. He saw into the future, saw a whole bunch of battle cruisers, and he went to defend. Now we have about 4 or 5. 4, 3, 2, 1. One missile turret. And quite frankly, no, the missile turrets aren't enough to take on a battle cruiser. However, Gino doing the absolutely 10,000% correct thing, building missile turrets at the side of his base to protect this corner of his base. The perfect strategy for the perfect man. I mean, he could have tried to build them over here to protect this base, but we don't need that base. That base isn't that important. He wants to protect this portion of his base, and that's fine. The battle cruisers, realizing their gigantic threat to the center right of his base, and he's like, I'll just fight the Thor instead. The Thor is much safer to deal with. And now he is going to take out the planetary fortress. However, we do have a whole bunch of minerals for our orange Terran player. He is trying to knock down these rocks to kind of protect himself, try to sneak in the back door. But as we see, the planetary fortress was no match for the battle cruiser. Now he's going to be taking out the gas, and I'm assuming he's going to come back in and try to take out this base, because you don't want this base floating off somewhere. Not like battle cruisers can attack air, but still, it would be the right thing to do. We still have the armory and everything just pretty much safe right here. A couple SCVs praying to the turret gods that they survive. And just a auto cannon one of the turret. Holy crap. We got a crap ton of missile turrets here protecting. How many is this? 1, 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19 turrets protecting now the one entranceway to the base. So right now, one of two things he's hoping for. One, that he doesn't build a ground army, which if you have battle cruisers, why would you? Or two, don't go through the back door. That's pretty much what he's saying right now. And he's pretty much just using all of his minerals on building missile turrets. He is not going to cancel. He is not going to cancel any of the missile turrets so he could build another base somewhere. Because it doesn't look like he's repairing this one. It does look like it's going to go down. However, all the missile turrets are finally dealing major damage to the battle cruisers, except these guys right here, because they're not being built anymore. And they were not canceled. So what's going on over here? He's repairing! However, the battle cruisers say, screw you, you die, and now you're going to lose your base. So I'm pretty much assuming this game is at its ending point relatively soon, because I don't see what more Gino's going to be able to do. Right now he did send in his Marines to take on the battle cruisers, but as you could see, two battle cruisers could pretty much take out an entire platoon of Marines. And if we take a look at the units tab, what do we have? We have 8 battle cruisers for Mr. Marine King, and we have 3 Banshees and a tank. The perfect army to take on battle cruisers. And as you see, he microed them into the army of turrets, and they died a slow and painful death. But as you see, still 3 battle cruisers at a time being made for the very manly Marine King. aka SpannerFrey. And you say Gino saying, come on, man, I can't do anything. And then the army of battlecruisers are coming in and pretty much motto cannoned everything. No money. I think SpannerFrey, if it was allowed, should have given him a loan, because it might have evened things up a bit. And as we see it, a motto cannoned again. And pretty much this game is officially over. I am going to speed it up because with no bases, no anything, and you just see SpannerFrey say, LOL! So there is the lull. And pretty much now it's just cleanup duty for Mr. SpannerFrey, as everything slowly just gets destroyed. A motto cannon, a motto cannon. Ooh, look at that micro go. He's actually taking some unnecessary damage, but it's fine. Why? Because he is battlecruisers, and one at a time. The army known as the turret army will fail. You had one SCV just say, I can't take it anymore, and he ran right in and it died. And as we see, we had the 3 Banshees possibly coming in to do some sort of damage. And what do we have here? Oh, Planetary Fortress. Please, Planetary Fortress. We have a Planetary Fortress rush at the 38-minute mark. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been officially my favorite replay sent in from SpannerFrey. Why? We have battle cruisers and we have a Planetary Fortress rush, and it died. It was a failed Planetary Fortress rush at the 38-minute mark, but we have battle cruisers, so it's fine. It's just a matter of time before this ends up. I'm surprised that Gino did not leave. You see him running off to the side, hiding his SCVs, because yes, you may be able to destroy his home, but you will not destroy his people. And slowly, the final buildings do get destroyed. Another SCV just gets destroyed, and there is the GG. Well, not really. He was forced to leave. But still, hopefully you guys did enjoy this game. If you did, feel free to hit that like button, subscribe, and leave a comment. And take care, guys, and have a wonderful, wonderful day.